Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy Monday. Welcome to your weekly mini reading for the week of January 15th to January 21st. Today I'm going to be channeling some messages to you directly from the spirit realm, directly from your spirit guides, in hopes of giving you some messages of love, light, healing, connection, compassion, all those beautiful things, and for something for you to focus on this week with regards to your own intuition or your own spirituality or your connection to your own guides. So if you feel drawn to listen to the entirety of this message, it's definitely for you. If you feel drawn to skip through parts of the message or pass it by completely, then this message may not be for you. The idea and my intention is always that this message will reach exactly who it needs to when they're fully able and ready to receive it. All right, so let's dive in and see what Spirit would like to share with us this week. And I apologize for any noise in the background that sounds like construction. It's going on around me and can't help that. All right, so let's see what Spirit would like to share with us this week. Okay, so the first message, I'm getting two messages coming in right away. One of them is Lion Spirit, and I believe we may have had Lion Spirit last week. Lion Spirit is here, and then right after that, I'm also getting this whole message about flowing, not forcing. Okay, so when we connect with this energy of flowing, not forcing, what is going on this week or potentially happening this week that you feel like you're pushing too hard on? Okay, what is feeling overwhelming? What's feeling like too much? What's feeling more difficult than it probably needs to be? And how can we just take a step back and ask ourselves, okay, if this could be easy, simple, flowing, and peaceful, what would need to take place? How would I need to shift or change or adjust to kind of get reconnected with this energy of ease and flow rather than push and force? Okay. And let me just ask Spirit what else they want to comment on here, because I feel like there's another piece to this. Okay, so the second piece of this is what Spirit is saying is that when we're able to stay connected and attuned to a place of flow and not force, it allows us to not only become more flexible, but they're saying what it really allows is for new opportunities to come into our lives, new people, new chances, new choices, new vision, new perspective, new ideas. It allows for new to come in. When we're so focused on getting our way, being in control, black and white thinking, all or nothing, limited choices, A or B, we're only thinking in one particular way, and we're not allowing for a new vision, a new opportunity, a new expansive thought to come to us. We're not allowing source to come in, right? Or your spirit guides to come in and to assist. So where this week, is there anything that you are applying any kind of black and white A or B thinking into it? And how could we open ourselves up more to allow for new to come in? Okay, because when new things are allowed to come in and we're open to different things and new things, then that can alter the trajectory of our entire life, our entire day, our entire week. Okay. So just thinking about where can we flow and not force this week? Where are we trending towards forcing and not flowing? And how can we take a step back and reevaluate, recalibrate for ourselves? Okay. So that's kind of the second-ish message. What else is there? And so the next message is more about like childlike play, childlike fun. And Spirit is just saying so many times we're so focused on just being adults in our life and being serious and making decisions and choices and taking care of things and being in difficult situations and circumstances and just trying to navigate those things and get through the daily stresses and pressures that we feel. But how can we focus this week on being more childlike? How can we focus on having more childlike fun and play and laughter and silliness and goofiness and imaginative kind of thinking and playing? This is really kind of the energy that's going to help us move into that flowing state this week that Spirit is suggesting that we connect more deeply with this week. Okay. Let's see what else they want to say on this. And the reason that they're sharing that childlike play and mindset is really what we're going for this week is because when we're in this state of kind of flow and imagination and childlike thinking, it allows us to kind of find solutions for things and to look at things differently than we have maybe been in the habit or pattern or cycle or phase of thinking that we've always been in, and it helps us get out of that. Okay. So, as we kind of age and we get into the flow or routine and schedule of our everyday life, we definitely are creatures of habit, and we get stuck in our own ways, and sometimes we're stubborn in our own ways. And so when we introduce an element of childlike play, laughter, goofiness, and we support our inner child, it allows us to open our hearts back up, our hearts and our minds back open again, and get out of our usual kind of stuck in the mold ways. And that's really the energy that's being supported this week, is not only just going with the flow and releasing the force, but getting into this childlike play and mentality to open up our hearts and minds to new possibilities, new ideas, new visions, new creativity, and get us out of the way that we usually do things. And you might want to ask yourself, like, is there anything that I'm usually doing in my day-to-day life that I just don't want to do anymore, or that I'm tired of, or that I need to change from? And what is your soul asking for, right? Like, what is it that you really want, and how can you make small steps in the right direction? Okay. So focus on your inner child this week, and what is it asking for? What fun and laughter and play is it yearning for in your life that you haven't been able to give it? Okay, so there's that message, and let's see if there's anything else. This is an interesting message that I'm getting, and it connects to the both previous messages here. And this is a much deeper question, and so this may be a little bit difficult to interpret at first, but I'll try my best to explain. So what they're saying is, in relation to the last two messages, especially around childhood and inner child work, when it comes to, okay, so when you think of like going with the flow, having a more childlike mindset, perspective, way of thinking, imagination, there may be a part of you that is resistant to that. But it's also like what they're asking is, the feelings that make you resistant or uncomfortable to connecting with these things. It's kind of like they're saying that all of us are trying to, there's a version of us or a part of us that's trying to hold on to or protect something within us. Okay. And this is why we have a hard time letting go to be ourselves, to be our true authentic selves, to be the most pure version of ourselves, right? The most vulnerable, pure version of ourselves. What is it that you're holding on to so tightly? What is it that your inner child is holding on to so tightly? Is this an emotion? Is this a memory? Is this a fear? Is this like something that you are afraid of showing the world? Is this a vulnerability? Like, what is it that when you think of letting go, releasing, detachment, going with the flow, not forcing anything, being open, and introducing a childlike play and laughter and goofiness, silliness, so that you can be more open. When you think about all that, and then you think of some resistance that comes up, like what is it that you feel that you're trying to protect or hold or hide away? And it's interesting because I'm getting the feeling of holding on to something at my solar plexus chakra. Okay, so maybe when you think about this question, if you're a more clairsentient person, meaning a clear feeling, a psychic feeling person, what is the feeling that you get in your gut that makes you uncomfortable or resistant to this energy? Because when we start to look at what is there, kind of lift up under the hood and look at what's there, we can start to understand what needs healing within us. And I know personally for myself, it took me a really long time, and it's still something that I have trouble with, is allowing myself to just access joy, like pure unfettered joy. And that there was a part of my inner child that felt like I wasn't allowed to have fun, or that I shouldn't have fun, and life is serious, right? So what is that for you? Like, what comes up for you when you think of these things? What is your soul or your inner child holding on to, protecting, or covering in protection? Okay. So that's kind of the fourth-ish message. I'm also getting cheetah as well as an animal guide for us too, okay? And then let's see if there's anything else we want to say or share today. So they're just kind of adding to that last point, and they're just saying, we want you to become aware of what you're holding onto very tightly, that you're gripping into very tightly at your solar plexus chakra, because we want you to be aware of what needs to be released and healed in your healing process, okay? So allow these things to be the focus this week, flowing, not forcing, allowing yourself to connect more deeply with your inner child, and seeing what it is that the feeling that you feel of protection, holding, hiding at the solar plexus chakra when you think of these things, and allowing that to be your guide for another part of healing within yourself. And what's calling to you this week, your attention rather, for what needs to be healed, or at least looked at and brought into the light. Okay, so those are your messages this week. I really hope you enjoyed them. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I really hope those messages resonate and land with you. If they do, please do leave a message below, or a comment below, or send me a DM. You can also receive these messages typed up and sent directly to your email inbox every Monday. If you head over to my website, www.theconsciousher.com, and you enter in your name and email on the homepage at the very top, this will allow you to have access to these messages typed up every week, including the meanings of the animal guides, if that interests you too, because those are also rich in information. All right. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.